The story begins with Gianluca Vialli, club legend. Fans still sing his name to this day. First Italian to manage Chelsea Football Club. Just wonder though, like as a kid growing up in Italy, he would have been an absolute superstar, wouldn't he? What are your memories of him, and how good a player was he?
No, yeah, I joined Juventus a few years ago when Gianluca left, and some of the players that they shared time with him, they were still there, and everyone was talking fantastic about Gianluca in terms of leader, in terms of teammates. He was always fighting for the team, and you can see clearly how leader he was. I met Gianluca also a few times. The good thing about him that even for a simple chat, you can see when a player or person or manager, they have character, and you can see that the personality was great.
Okay, so when did you meet him? When did you meet him?
I met a few times when I was playing with Juventus, that he was living in Turin, so he was in the same city, and I met a few times. Yeah.
And that was just like socially, or was he someone who influenced you and helped you in your career?
No, as I said, you can see clearly how, in terms of leadership, was there, and that was clear.
So do you remember, so this is summer of '96, Gianluca Vialli signs for Chelsea, Roberto Di Matteo, who also managed the club, signed for Chelsea, and Gianfranco Zola signs a couple of months later, club legend. Do you have a recollection of that time when, like, Serie A had been the big league? Do you remember these guys, suddenly these top players, moving to Chelsea, coming to England?
Oh yeah, that was '96, and
Yeah.
I moved in England '98.
I know.
So it's not a big difference. In that moment, England start to be not like a target, but many Italian players, they were moving from Italy to England. Even Attilio Lombardi in that time was moving, Benito Carbone, but yeah, for sure Di Matteo, Vialli and Zola, because they moved to Chelsea, big club. The noise was a big noise.
Yeah. So do you remember, was that, I mean, I'm sure you'd heard of Chelsea before, but was that kind of Chelsea really putting themselves on the map in a European sense? You maybe as you'd have been a teenager, you're suddenly thinking, okay, who is this team?
No, I don't think so. In terms of Chelsea, already had many important players. You know that you can, if you remember, Gullit was here. That many important players. But for sure, for Italy, for Italian people, for Italian young players, probably that moment you can realize also, and you can get more information about Chelsea.
Claudio Ranieri becomes Chelsea manager in 2000. I feel like at the time he got a bit of a hard time in England. He was called the Tinker Man, rotated his team quite a bit. I wonder, like looking back, do you think you were around English football at this point? Do you think England almost wasn't quite ready for Claudio at that point?
Oh, I don't know. I spoke with Claudio yesterday.
Oh, did you?
About different things. I spoke often with Claudio. I don't know if in that time he was not ready or English football was not ready. I don't know. Many years ago. But then you can see that Claudio, at the end, he got results almost everywhere.
So yeah, I mean, Claudio Ranieri certainly did a really good job for this club. So when did your personal connection with him, when did that start?
No, I met Claudio in terms of when I was player and he was already manager. We faced each other many times, but we start to talk a lot from last season when I was at Leicester, because he was at Leicester winning the Premier League. And he was the only Italian one in terms of manager before than me, so I had the conversation with him a few times, and from there we are in contact. Okay,
so do you feel like, having almost followed in his footsteps twice now, do you feel like a special connection with Claudio?
I don't know if it's a special connection, but for sure, you know, he was at Leicester winning the Premier League, and then last year we won again. Now here, hopefully we can do something important, but no more than that.
How often was his name mentioned to you at Leicester?
Many times, many times, yeah.
So we talked about kind of mid to late 90s. You know, a lot of top players are starting to move to England, not just from Italy, from across Europe, including a very talented young midfielder who joined West Bromwich Albion called Enzo Maresca.
Yeah.
What was your thinking at that time?
No, I was, since I was very young, I was quite open-minded. I like to see different things. I still remember it was the 98. I didn't speak any English words. I didn't know nothing about the culture. But then after 4 or 5 months, the people from West Bromwich and the players, they were telling me that I was more English than them in terms of adaptation. So I was quite happy.
So when you see clips of Vialli, Zola, Di Matteo kind of getting used to life in England, can you really relate to that? Does that bring back memories for you in your own experience?
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, it was that time. As I said, there were some more Italian, like Benito Carbone, Attilio Lombardo, and some more that now I don't remember. So from that, that time, many Italian players, they start to move to England.
What was the biggest challenge for you?
To learn and to see new things, to learn the language, to see the football here. To be honest, that experience shaped me a lot, because then from there, I moved to Juventus and I start my professional career.
Yeah, okay. So 2009, Carlo Ancelotti becomes Chelsea manager, has an incredible first season, wins the double. I think Chelsea scored 103 Premier League goals that season, which is ridiculous. The second I mentioned his name, I saw you smile. Why did you smile?
No, because I work under Carlo as a player, so I know how good he is in terms of coach, I know manager, I know how good he is in terms of relation with the players. So this is the reason why I was laughing also, because we met Real Madrid for a friendly game this pre-season, and he tried also in that moment to help me a little bit, to give me some advice.
What was the advice?
It was good.
What was the advice?
No, that moment was just a tactical advice in terms of we were still probably with some habit from the past. We were still playing with a line, and Carlo said to me, "Enzo, just if I can give you an advice, drop the line, because the line is so high." But I was trying to explain him that my intention was not to play with a line. That was an habit from the past, and now we are trying to adjust.
So you have talked in the past about, from your history in the game, taking for your toolbox, taking different bits from lots of different managers. So what do you take from Carlo Ancelotti?
In terms of relation with the player, is top. It's top. I had him and Manuel Pellegrini, that they are very similar. But Carlo, it's almost impossible to speak with players and they are talking bad about Carlo. Everyone is talking very good. They love him. It's because he take care of the player.
So the fourth Italian manager to take charge of Chelsea was Roberto Di Matteo, first guy to win the Champions League. And then it's Antonio Conte, your old teammate. What would you say about him? Born winner?
Yeah, in terms of Roberto, reached something incredible here, the Champions League. And yeah, Antonio is a winner. He was here winning, and he won everywhere. Inter Milan, Juventus. Now he's trying to do the same with the Napoli. So you can see clearly the winner mentality.
What was he like to play with?
Antonio was exactly in the same way he is as a manager, in terms of he looks always upset. But then at the end he's a good guy, funny guy, and you really enjoy to share moments with him.
I see some parallels with the situation you find yourself in. He took over as Chelsea manager after a difficult spell and led them all the way to the Premier League. Something similar possible now?
No.
I knew you'd say that.
No,
Why
absolutely.
Not?
No,
Why not?
because probably that Chelsea was more ready than us. We are not ready, but hopefully we can be there soon.
Obviously, the first thing is to come to a big team. Like, you want to go to a successful team. The circumstances you need to be right. But does it mean something to you that you're following in the footsteps of these guys?
You said 7 manager, Italian
so
manager?
you're the 7th Italian manager?
Yeah, probably. There is some connection between Italian manager and Chelsea, because then also arrived Maurizio Sarri, that did fantastic. So probably there is some connection, and hopefully we can get something important.
Turning to Maurizio Sarri, how big is his tactical influence on maybe European football? I remember when he came to the club 2019, oh my God, like people just Sarri ball. There was a lot of talk about it. So again, Maurizio Sarri, how big is his tactical influence on the game we see today?
No, Sarri for sure played fantastic football, and the way Napoli was playing was top when he was there. Then he tried to do exactly the same year. Probably he was here just for one season, that it's a bit different. But winning, I think, the Europa League and also qualification for Champions League, so he did a fantastic job. And I really like the way Sarri tried to install his idea in each team.
You said there's a connection. For some reason, there's a connection between Italy.
Which reason?
What? Yeah, that is my question for you.
Yeah,
What is the reason?
I don't know. Probably there is something, but sometimes we don't know.
So all those guys played a part in kind of building the Chelsea that we see today. They all had success in their way. And I noticed the fans the other night were singing, "We've got our Chelsea back." So is that the goal for you, to have your own success now?
No, the goal for me is to make the fans happy, like the other night and like now they are, because they deserve, especially after the last year, last 2 years, they deserve absolutely, and we are very happy for them. They can dream, they can do, they can be proud of the players, and this is what we want. This is the reason why we work the day by day to make them happy, and this is the only target. Then personally, the target I have is to see the players happy, to try to win games and to improve them.
You like your song?
Yeah, no, I like to see the fans happy, and this is important.
What would you say? I mean, we've gone through the previous 6 Italian Chelsea managers. What would you say about what they brought to this club?
I think, as you said, where is Chelsea today is for sure because of the 6 Italian managers, also the other one that they are not Italian. But if today Chelsea is considered one of the best clubs in the world, probably one of the reasons why is because the job of these 6 managers, not only together with the other one, but 6, they are a lot.
And when you leave here, as every manager does, the 6 guys before you did, what would you like to leave in terms of legacy, maybe the football, the trophies? What would you like to leave?
I know that for the fans, the most important thing is the trophy and the results. But I always said that if they remember me like work hard, work ethic, and good person, is for me is enough. Knowing that they are just looking for results and trophy, but I spend my day by day to be a good person, to try to improve players, and this is my target.
Thank you very much for your
Thank
time.
you.
Good luck. Thank you, Enzo. Thank you.